Hey guys, we have another story. This is called From Seed to Maple Tree, Following the Life Cycle. So remember when we were in the classroom and we talked about the parts of a plant and the life cycle? We talked about the seeds and what a plant needs to survive. I want you to think about all of those things. And as I'm reading, I also want you to think about whether this story is fiction or nonfiction. Okay? Think about it. From seed to maple tree. Oh, I have a table of contents. Ding, ding, ding. That's a clue. Tree life cycles. Like animals, trees and other plants have a life cycle. There are many kinds of trees. Let's look at the life cycle of a sugar maple tree. We will see how it changes over seasons and years. So I saw a heading here. Didn't know the clue. Here's a little text box. Another clue. Maple trees are deciduous. This means they lose their leaves each year. A seed in spring. Trees start out as seeds. Even the largest tree grows from a tiny seed. Sugar maple seeds lie on the ground at the end of winter. The days get longer, the snow melts. Then it is time for a seed to germinate or sprout. So that's what the word germinate means. It means that the seed is going to start to sprout and start to grow. Here it is right here. Giant redwood trees can grow to be more than 300 feet tall. Their trunks can be 30 feet wide, but even they start out from very small seeds. So here's the seed, and it's starting to germinate right there. It's starting to grow. A seedling. A strong white root pushes out of the sugar maple seed and into the ground. A stem grows upward through the soil and into the air. The seed grows into a small plant. The young plant is called a seedling. Sunlight and water help the seedling grow strong. So here's that white root for the seedling. So it looks like it needs sunshine. It needs some nutrients down here from the soil. Then it gets bigger and it becomes a seedling. It says sunlight and water help the seedling grow strong. Sugar maple seedlings are a favorite food for white-tailed deer. I wonder if they're sweet. Growing tall and strong. Each year, the seedling grows during spring and summer. The sun and warm temperatures during those two seasons help the tree grow. The tree grows about 1 foot taller each year. Its trunk gets a little thicker, so it gets a little taller and a little rounder. The seedling becomes a sapling when it reaches a height of more than 6.5 feet. Growth continues for about 30 to 40 years. Then the maple tree is an adult. Its growth slows down. Sugar maples can stand 70 to 110 feet tall. They can live 300 to 400 years. Wow, that's a long time. Flowers make eggs. An adult sugar maple tree grows flowers in spring. The flowers are greenish yellow and droopy. Each flower can have both male and female parts, but it can also just have male or just female parts. The male parts make a yellow powder called pollen. The female parts make the eggs. So that's the male flower and the female flower. This one has the parts that make the pollen, and this one makes the eggs. When a sugar maple tree is flowering, the tree looks yellow. So it pops these little yellow flowers. From flowers to fruit. Wind and insects help make new maple trees. A good wind can pick up the pollen and blow it into another maple tree's flower. Bees, another insect, can carry pollen too. The pollen lands on the female part of a flower. This process is called pollination. So the bees and the other insect pick up the pollen from the male plants and they bring them to the other plants, and that's how they pollinate them. That's how the pollen gets to the other plants. Bees help with pollination. A bee stops at a sugar maple flower to drink its liquid, or nectar. Pollen on the flower sticks to the bee's feet. The bee flies to another flower. This time, its feet leave the pollen behind. The fruit. A pollinated sugar maple flower grows into a fruit. The hard fruit is called a double samara. It looks like a pair of seeds with small wings attached. The fruit ripens in September or October, then it falls from the tree. Usually the fruit carries one seed inside. The seed will be able to grow into a sugar maple tree. In fall, it is good for seeds to be covered by leaves on the ground. The leaves hide the seeds from the squirrels, birds, and other seed-eating animals. Flying seeds. The wing shape of the double samara helps the fruit catch the wind. The fruit can blow away far from the parent tree. The parent tree uses lots of water and food from the soil. Because of this fact, seeds grow better when they are not near their parent tree. Seeds also need to be cold and wet during winter. These conditions help them sprout during the next spring. I didn't realize that. Leaves get their green color from chlorophyll. During fall, there is less sunlight for leaves to absorb, so they start breaking down the chlorophyll for energy. Then the leaves change into bright colors. Soon the leaves will fall to the ground. Wintering. During winter, the double samara lies on the ground. It does not break open. The seed does not start to grow, but inside the seed is still alive and preparing for spring. When spring arrives, the sun shines for a longer amount of time each day. The ground thaws. Then the sugar maple seed sprouts. The life cycle of a sugar maple tree begins again. There's that little seed. It's starting to germinate. An adult maple tree is about 20 to 25 years old. Most sugar maples die from disease or insect damage. Some are chopped down. Oh, and here's the life cycle. So the life cycle of a sugar maple, the first thing it is a seed for about 5 to 6 months. Then it becomes a seedling. That's when the white roots start to grow. Then it becomes a sapling, and then it becomes an adult tree. The end. Oh, hey, I see a glossary back here. And we all know that a glossary is like a dictionary of words that we'll find in our story and the what they mean. Oh, I also see an index back here. What kind of a book has an index, a glossary, a table of contents? Would that be fiction or nonfiction? I want you to think about it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.